which is not here. Okay, let's go to our first adjustment. So it just depends on how I probably should set my audibles. Do palms. Where's palms? Uh, palms. Or switch to palms. All right. I'm gonna go back to the same play. Oh my god, let's go reset. What the hell? This Madden's so funny. How is this more? These are plays I've written. Doing something else. It's so funny. Where I want that. I want that same play. Oh my god, where are you? Where are you? This all converts to basically all this like vertical like this becomes like man to man. So he's gonna 3x1. He's gonna match. He's gonna match here, and he's gonna match here. So 3x1 flood. That's gonna stress out any like most zone defenses. I don't like doing like Mabling where I put like one guy in a hard flat, one guy in like a deep 25-yard curl flat. For one, generally those curl flats don't get there in time. That's one thing. That's one problem with the curl flat concept. Two, sometimes even in those curl flat, like if you don't manually adjust them to like 25 yards, if you just leave them on default, then now you have like both guys reacting to the flat lay. It's just bad. It's not sound football. It doesn't even. I don't even know if that really happens in real football. Where you have committing that many resources to the sideline doesn't make any sense to me. At that point, you might as well just play man, right? Because the 12th defender is the sideline. So the idea here is they're playing inside out, right? So I'm gonna allow you to break to the outside, and I'm gonna protect my inside. He's man everywhere he goes, and they're playing basically. I mean, I'll link a video that explains palms, but essentially it's like like when it's 3x1, they check to this like 2 read on the 2 and 3, and then he's basically solo on this guy. And I like that for Madden because like say they, and I'm starting to get away from what I'm trying to explain, but you can't even see it. So let me just go back to. I'll explain it later. Yeah. So 3x1. This is what I like to check to. I will link a video that explains what we're doing, why we're doing it, and I would probably go like something like because I want to keep the matching rules. And that's why this guy, I don't want him necessarily being like a pass rusher. I want him being more like worst case scenario, you just put a linebacker there, and you don't ask him to pass rush too much. You put him in spies if you're rushing, right? But I want this guy. You don't want to kill the match rules here, so I'm going to keep him in his quarter flat, and then I'll maybe just like I'll rush these two guys because I don't like just having contained sitting there. And then the quarterback has all day to sit back there. I'd rather these guys be like rushing towards the QB. And then I'll just go ahead and put this guy in a spy. So everything, the match rules are on both sides. So the tight end here, he's going to be matched. And then now the running back, the only thing I have to worry about really is anything shallow from number 1. For basically the first guy who goes shallow, I'm going to basically carry them across the field. Because on the backside, these guys are more or less going to be matched up. So I don't know. They're going to be they're going to be carrying routes across the field. So it's my responsibility to then go ahead and carry number 1 shallow. So I might carry him shallow for a little bit, like maybe up to like here, and just let him go because I'm pretty sure at that point the quarterback has gone on to a different read. Like if he's staying with that drag that long, that's a win for me. That means he's not looking at he's not looking at his like deep crossers or anything, right? So I'll carry him to about here, and at that point he's probably he's probably closer to the sideline, and if he throws it, then someone can react and tackle him. So I'm not too worried about that. So we'll go ahead, and I'll just go ahead and show you. Right? Go ahead. Can't throw that, basically. So that's what I like against Flood. So now another thing they can do, and I'll keep it in the contains. For now, another thing they can do. Oh, my audibles are all messed up, but another thing they can do is like just crossing routes, right? So at this point, they can start setting crossers, and you know, like we'll just set something up like that. So we'll just go ahead and show how that plays. So we'll carry that crosser. Now you have your corner now. Hopefully your corner wins that matchup, right? And that's why I don't like to sit in. I really don't love sitting in quarters for too long because of that. Because then you get these situations, right? But I mean, this matchup, I do like this matchup. My corner on their tight end, he just, you know, just got unlucky there. And that's why I like using this linebacker. Like, it's like you almost have to like concede this backside drag, right? Because if he doesn't match this drag, right, then it's really up to me to decide what I'm gonna try and bracket. Am I gonna try and bracket, you know, these crossers and help my guys basically in man coverage? Or am I going to rally to this drag? So at first, and I'm just thinking about this out loud. At first, I think I would like to, I would concede the drag in this situation. I would make them, because there are other ways to stop this drag route than trying to adjust my match coverage to handle this. Like, essentially, this is actually my responsibility. I'm supposed to carry the first shallow route. Like, I should be in this window and then breaking on the first thing shallow coming across the field. So I'm here, I'm bracket. Maybe I can even bump him a little bit, you know, a little PI, you know, Madden doesn't call it. You got to take all the advantages you can get with Madden. Just, you know, you're basically like a gentle reroute, you know, incidental contact. And then you're breaking on that. You might be a little bit late. So maybe they run it first time, they get you, and then the next time you're here, or you at that point you just switch back to your you might just switch back to your drop zone coverage, because drop zone would pretty much handle this pretty well. Yeah, because there's ways we can handle this drag. We can just play man. That's another thing we can do, right? But right now we're in match, so we're in palms, so we're doing that. Another thing we can do when we get 3x1, and I'll just go ahead and show you another adjustment, and it's similar to palms, right? So if it's 2x2, I would be calling more palms, but if it's like 3x1, if it's 3x1 like this, let me just go ahead and pick it. I'll just do PA crossers just to give you an idea. Instead of palms, I would just call cover 6. Or even, I might even get more aggressive. I'll just do cover 6 Willie. Right? So I know that these two guys, I don't have to worry about any like matching rules or blah, 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 blah. I know that these guys are going to take these guys man to man. I don't have to worry about them. So then now I can either just not user this guy. I can be aggressive, right? So we can press these guys up. I like the matchup of my corner on their tight end. I'm not worried about that. Corners are generally better coverage guys than the tight ends. Not always, but I mean, at this point in MUT, the corners are faster than the tight ends. Yeah, so if they beat them deep, generally they're deep route running isn't better than the corner's coverage stats. So I'm okay with this matchup, and then being aggressive. I might like aggressively cut this crosser, or yeah. So I basically don't worry about this guy. I just you know, I'm preying on the matchup to work in my favor, and then I'm just bracketing here, or I'm extra aggressive on like the backside drag. Yeah, so yeah, I might go cover 6 Willie on like a 2x2, and then if they do anything like maybe they flip it or something, then maybe I check out of it. I just check back to, and I don't have it in my audibles, but maybe I just go like this, go like that. I just go to just quickly switch to man coverage and then just live to fight another day. That's what I like about that. I like that blitz. Yeah, I like to blitz out of man. I like cover 1 blitzes. Even if they don't get to the quarterback like right away. I like cover 1 blitzes. Yeah, so, and I'll show you that play later, but that's the next adjustment, right? So I'll play man on the backside, so I don't have to worry about anything coming. I don't have to worry about them as much. I won't say I don't have to worry about them, but generally, when players are coming out of this formation, they're trying to do this. They're trying to do this. Oh my god, you can't see it because I'll show you in replay though. Okay. So they're trying to do, I don't know why I threw it like that, but I'll just show you in replay. They are generally trying to send the tight end across the field on a this wide receiver on a shallow across the field, right? So he's not going to take him shallow, right? Because it's 2-read. 2-read, basically he's outside, first outside and deep, basically. So he basically, if he goes vertical, then he takes his guy deep, man to man. But if he goes shallow, then it's this guy's responsibility, right? So then at this situation, I would either be this guy user. I would user this guy, maybe put this guy in a curl flat. Maybe I'd even go like, yeah, I wouldn't guess. I would just probably put him in a curl flat. If this drag was still giving me problems, I would just put him in a curl flat and still keep this like match style stuff, because these match concepts are really good at stopping these deep crossers. Yeah, and then you just hope that your corner can recover. Yeah, so go with that. Maybe I don't even press him. I go like something like this, so that we can handle any kind of like, say he runs a slant and that. And he runs a gut. He runs a this. Why can't you see it? Just believe me. Put triangle on a deep crosser. And just go like that. Right? Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that's why we like match coverage, because he matches that deep crossing route. I was supposed to, my hand was on the controller, but essentially I would be following this with my user. I would be following this slant. But yeah, that's the idea about having him in a curl flat, is he can help, like, you know, rally to drags. He can help rally to slant. He can basically bracket any like low crossers, right? So I can be kind of like in this position here, right? So maybe I can try and carry him, and if I know based on how my opponent is playing, right, maybe they throw this slant and they have something coming back across that's still beating my man coverage, right? So say this running back is running like a Texas or a post, then I can rally back to help that if that's giving me problems. Yeah, so that's one thing we can do. if we're getting these kind of like zone beating concept, these spot drop beating concepts, like, you know, basically like flood and like deep crossers. I'm not too worried about deep crossers versus like the spot drop zone. Those do a decent enough job against it, and maybe I'll just show you. Right. Like those two, I'm pretty good at like forcing people to check the ball down in those situations. So I can go like that, and then where are we with that? I'll do this. I'll do inside out post. I'll go like this. This. You can't see it because Madden sucks. Okay. Right. So he basically have like a flight, just like an increase. And I'll go ahead and do this, right? So, in this case, maybe I would go like this, right? So you're basically flooding one side of the field. I would basically take that away, right? So I'm not worried about that too much, right? The only place I would be worried is if they move this tight end out to basically run this deep quarters off, right? Because then, and I like to rush 4. I have here, right, and then yeah, and then I might even, I don't know. Actually, in this situation, if I know they're doing this, there's an adjustment I would make. And this is an adjustment I like to make. I actually would probably keep him in his thing, and he would be here, and I would just blitz the corner, right? And then I'd be user here, and then I'd be like, okay, you have to throw to the weak side, right? And because these linebackers naturally, unless you tell them to, they will try to carry routes deeper. Then I get to be like the robber underneath, so I can try to cut. Let's say they try to run an RPO, then I'm like over there. I'm just gonna user. I'm gonna be over there. I'm basically just watching the left side to see if anything is going out. I keep an eye on it, and if he's not throwing it right away, then I don't jump it. I have no reason to try and jump those routes. So I'm like here, 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 and then let's see. Yeah. Oh, I should probably kind of didn't run that play right. Yeah, because that route is too deep for it's too deep to threaten this guy, right? Because he's just gonna because he's just dropping. He's not matching anything. He's just kind of dropping, and that post is deep enough that he's gonna react to it. So again, I would just blitz this guy, and I might even show blitz, which would bring these guys closer, which is actually what I want in this situation. Because then they're more likely to react to this stuff and pick it up. Okay. Oh my gosh, you can't see it, but he's gonna be a flag. Oh no! See, but that is the situation I'd be worried about, and that's exactly why I would be carrying. Like I would be manually, like if I was this guy, I would be basically, I'd just stay with this. I would just run with this unless something else came across my face. And in this case, it was this route, so I'd probably play it the way that this computer played it, honestly. Yeah. But that's why I like to play palms. If I know they're running like crossers, generally if they're running these like spot dropping, then I just switch to like palms or match. But I like to start in zone drop just to see if they know how to beat zone defenses. Yeah. And then he's out there, so he can't. What I like about this linebacker being in this area, he can't throw it. he has to throw it now. Like, he can't wait, right? So that allows me to kind of carry and then come back and try to like rob another route. So maybe the way I'd play it is I'd just like I'd carry this all the way, and if he does switch off and throw to something else, then I start to try to like cheat. But you know, here I was able to like fit it in, right? And that's the only reason I would be scared is if he flexes this tight end solely to clear me out, right? But again, I still like that this guy reacts to it. It's just like too late. It's not really too late. It's just it's a good throw. The way I threw it, it's just like I'm throwing it like in this like little window here. Yeah. So, but if I'm carrying this, like if I'm running with this, and I don't think I was here, right? Yeah. It's hard to do this with two controllers, honestly. But yeah. Let's see. Go ahead and do this again, right? I'm not really scared about this concept. Wow, he made a play. But like you see, I'm not as scared about crossers because I can handle stuff coming across the middle and then forcing you to check it down. I have no problems with that. I do have a problem with stuff that I can't deal with, which is defending the sideline from like deep completions like that, right? Another thing I might do against like any kind of flood is I might just play Tampa 2. So in this case, I would be this underneath third hook player, and then we're basically forcing them to throw it to the flats. So let's just say they do this again, right? Oof, that's even worse. Yeah. Yeah. See that at that point, I think I would have to carry that. I would actually have to start carrying that if I was gonna play this defense, right? So here, right? They throw that. So let's just pretend that I'm carrying that route. So I'm okay, let's try that again. Let's go Tampa 2 drop. Tampa 2 drop. And then I leave this mid read, and then I'm carrying this route. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'll just put him in man coverage so that right, you get an idea of what it's gonna play like. Right, so I'm basically taking that route away myself. Oh my gosh! There you go. Clear. Right, and then backside. Yeah, backside, you'd have that. And it'd be at the... I just have to hope that my defense holds up. You know, my defense holds up. But that's why... And that's why we play palms. That's why we just play palms. When they start doing stuff like that. It's essentially like... It's match defense. It's yeah. I like palms as the adjustment. Palms. Right. So they're doing that. Alright, again. Alright, so I do that. Well, I mean, the safety gets kind of cooked there, but I would be carrying that myself, right? So I would be walling that off, right? So just pretend that crosser isn't there. I'd be taking number 3 on the crosser. Or basically anything going deep. Carrying that. Oh, still completed it. But yeah, that my user would be there. That would be my user. I'd be kind of running with that. Getting ready to cut that off. Okay. Do it one more time. Just so you get an idea. Right, so we're there. I'm manning that up. Right. I mean, that's my dude. So he wouldn't be like solo. It wouldn't look like that per se. But right, so I would be. So just pretend I can't throw it to that guy. Just pretend, you know, for a second here, right? So you can't throw it to that guy. And now you've got this double team on the backside. Yeah. So that would be that's that. That's palms or cover 6, which is actually more of what I'd play. I'd actually just play cover 6, or I do actually like cover 6 more. In some certain situations, I like cover 6 more than the cover 6 Willy, and it's just because the way the way these players match, the way this vert hook matches like any route from the weak side, like these two are gonna match vertically, so that almost allows me to like play super aggressive with this user. Like it just depends. It really depends on the situation. But sometimes it doesn't even hurt to like, you know, play this. And the way they match the routes, it's almost like they have like better man coverage in these like match situations, if that makes any sense. So you go ahead and run that. All right. Now they might throw it to the flat. Like this guy is actually supposed to, like either he's supposed to take this and then he's supposed to like rally down the flat, but the logic is kind of broken a little bit. Yeah, so he basically just matches one vertical and then he should be taking 2. So in this situation, I might do something like this. Might go ahead and just, all right, just go like that. And then I'm basically, this just frees me up to basically do whatever I want, all right? So I've got a deep half safety that can kind of help bracket me if I make a mistake. That allows me to kind of come back across and rob anything. So I won't throw the ball, but you'll just have to like kind of, so I'm like here, I'm like here. Yeah. Essentially. So I basically just kind of cut off the immediate window. So I basically take out this window because everyone wants to throw the ball here. Because by the time they have to, if they have to wait, that just gives my pass rushers more time to get to them. Yeah. And then we're here. I mean, hell, we can even double team. We can even double team the. If that route is giving me that much trouble, I can just double team it. Right. And then I could be even more aggressive than I need. Just a lot of options. A lot of options there. Yeah, so that's that. What else do we want to talk about? We talked about the run, talked about checking. I'll talk about bunch, because that is also another thing. And this formation doesn't have the greatest bunch options, right? So versus bunch, I still do like I actually like my spot drop against bunch. I'm okay with it. And that's because, and actually this is the best flood. This is the best one to like demonstrate this. Like I'm okay with, this is why I'm okay with like sitting in this defense, right? Like I'm gonna make you, again, I will make you throw to the flat. Like I'm okay with, like that's actually, I kind of want you to throw the flat actually. So I'm here, I would be user here, kind of like watching this whole area. Basically conceding the flat on the weak side. So if he throws it out to the receiver, that's fine. We have adjustments, we have coverage adjustments we can make. We can always just man it up. We can do anything on the backside. But front side like this, right? Right. So this is why I'm sort of worried about this. Wait, what? No, you're supposed to break on that. Come on, what are we doing? Just because I gotta press. Okay, go ahead. Again. Oh wait. Alright. 3x1. Okay. Well, I guess against Budge, I'm still getting. Why is he going with that? Oh, because he's breaking on the. Maybe I need to play over the top. Go over the top. Make an over the top adjustment. That's more like it. Let's do it again over the top. We'll show blitz this time. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's not completely, it's not like 100% bagging it, but it's doing enough, right? Like this deep corner, this is a deep route, right? So go here, just kind of right. So we got a 4-man rush. So he's gotta wait. He's gotta wait. Wait. Can't throw it now. Can't throw it now. Can throw it now. Okay, now and then he's getting a touchdown. All right. Yeah. So 3-by-1, I would probably start to check to. Because sometimes he reacts, sometimes he doesn't. Yeah, you don't want to like play that game. So I would just go ahead in that situation and just check to cover 6, and maybe even in this situation I'll just go Willie. I would just go Willie. Where are we? Willie, cover 6, Willie, and then we go here, flood. Right, and then we don't have to worry about this anymore. That's more what we want, right? Alright. We have to worry less about this kind of flood concept killing us. The only problem now is we just want to make sure that one-on-one this guy doesn't cook us alive, but that's why we have a safety. A deep half safety. We can always convert him to a deep third safety if we want, right? So we can rotate this, right? So we can rotate him to a deep third, right? We can go like that, and then we're here. But now we have backside one-on-one. Yeah. So it really just depends. It just depends on how you want to run this. You can do this. You can double team. You can manually double team him. So you can manual double team this route. You can be user here, so you can hang out in the deep middle if they run like a backside post, which generally they might. I'm not saying they won't, but generally they won't. I haven't seen 3-by-1 throwing the backside post, throwing the post from this guy, running a post route from this guy from that generally doesn't happen. Generally, this guy is like a clear out guy. So yeah. Boxed. Again. And that's with another thing with this formation that you have to worry about is because they check to something called box check. So it's not really palms per se. So if I do this, right, that's not the normal 2-read. That is boxed, and I'll link some of the resources that explain all this. There are people who can explain it better than me, but essentially, in bunch, Madden these guys will basically instantly check to what they call box check. So he's got first guy out. It's just like a box. He's got first guy deep and out. So he's gonna take this guy, and then he's got first guy or first deep and inside, and then this linebacker's got first deep and under. So if this guy runs a drag or this guy runs a drag, it depends. Whoever the first guy who goes shallow, he's basically gonna take him man to man. So basically, we've got 4 versus 3, so we should always be right. Obviously, there's ways to manipulate this to like break the coverage. So you can run this guy on a corner and then run this guy on like a deeper corner, and then you've got it's basically he's outside. It's like outside leverage versus, and then it's just like a race to the pylon. Like that's one way to like manipulate these box checks and stuff like that. Is to like manipulate with the way these rules relate. So he takes him, and now it's like one on one. He's got inside leverage. You throw this to the corner or something like that. There are route combinations that can abuse that, but we want to force them to actually do that because Madden has a long history of not having these match coverages in the game. So a lot of people have been very used to almost just like blindly going to flood concepts because most players don't understand match, so they don't choose match coverages. But I'm seeing it change. I'm seeing it evolve. More people nowadays are actually just using match coverages in in how they play Madden. Like a lot of the times, when you go online, people are just playing cover three, and they're hard flats. Like just very very vanilla. Set the guys to 25, drop the curl flat to, to stop the flow. Like that is one way to do it, right? I'm not really knocking it. It's a different style of play. It really relies on unrealistic physics of past Madden. So back in the day, like you could get away with running a Mabel covers, and I'll just show it to you. Mabel. Like you used to be able to get away with doing so. You could go hard flats and then do something like this. Like you used to be able to get away with doing stuff like this because this back in like maybe 5-10 years ago, this linebacker could really move unrealistically like Superman. Like you could basically just cover this whole field, especially if you were like really savvy, like a really savvy player. You could cover this entire area of the field just by yourself, like as a user. Like you could bait here and then like jump and like snatch this post. Like it was kind of crazy. So that it made sense, but now like people still have those habits of like being able to like user across the field. But so now these match coverages make it so that you don't have to do stuff like that anymore. And it just feels more realistic to me. So I like to check to match coverage whenever I can, because that's football. Again. At that point, it's just like a ratings matchup. You can, if you want to increase the, make sure that the safety reacts to that a little bit better, and you can bring him closer in the box. Right. Oh wait, what the hell? Safety match. That's weird. Why am I matching? I would not be doing that. Let's do that again. Okay. Come on, the safety's got to make a play. He's got to make a play at some point. Maybe I would increase the spacing. All right. Like I would, I started close, but then maybe I go back to like default at that point, where he's kind of like more outside leverage. Oh, why did my controller? That's my controller. Bad throw. Let's get a good one. So maybe if he's still beating you to the corner, you kind of do something like this, right? And I mean, again, that's Trey McBride. And that's, Trey McBride's a pretty good player. Metellus, I don't know who Metellus is as a safety. I'm not really sure how good he is, but you get the idea, right? You throw that. It's a contested catch, but he's catching it because that's Trey McBride. Something else we could do, and I have done this. I've noticed that these cover corner outs a little bit better. Not great with crossers, but corners, right? Like where you have to throw it, right? So if I do that again, right? So again, if they're doing a lot of that, check here. Cover 2. Go to cover 2. Maybe I even just make sure that he's not bumping him. I'll just do this, just so you see. The safety. He's almost there. He's like almost in position to make the play. I've found it that throwing against these safeties in cover 2, even with like flood concepts, sometimes it's hard to throw. Right? You see what I'm talking about? It's like especially if that's not their first read, which I don't know why it wouldn't be their first read. Like but yeah, like it's not. It's a kind of like, you know, you got to kind of put it in the spot. And he's kind of right, because if I throw that earlier, maybe let me see. Maybe I'm just trying to prove something, but if you throw that earlier, okay, bad throw again. Throw that earlier. Okay. Oh, still complete it. Right, but match is generally the best way to go. But if you're still having problems with that, right? So let's just say for some reason, right, they're killing your spot drop, they're killing your match. Right. See part 3, where we address the weaknesses in match coverage, generally, which is just kind of like the logic of how the match is operated, and we just go with straight man-to-man.